In what other ways does personality impact our lives?
This is a great question. I recently, as I was working on personality with sales and with team building, I discovered that there's a whole lot of other things that are impacted by a personality. Let me pull up a chart to give people an idea of what's involved. Here are just some of the ways that our personality impacts our lives. So, for example, our personality determines what our core needs and values are. So for a nurturer, it's a sense of belonging and personal authenticity. For an action person, it's about control of one's own life, the ability to make decisions, the ability to have freedom and image. For a knowledge person, it's about having more and more understanding of the way things work. So our core needs are determined by our personality. How we communicate is determined by personality. Again, I made a reference earlier at one point about the knowledge-based people being like the professors on the Big Bang Theory. Those people speak very directly. They'll tell you what they know, straight out. Whereas a nurturer, as an example, will speak in parables. If you ask, what's wrong, they'll tell you a story about somebody else and expect you to be able to understand. Greens don't understand. The knowledge people simply don't understand. There's no point giving a parable to a green. It's just a statement of fact that they attribute to somebody else. So communication style matters between people. What stresses us, how it impacts our body. We talked about history of Hippocrates discovering from the Persians that in fact your personality type determines how you're going to get sick. Hobbies and interests. If you're an action person, if you have high action, you're going to want to be doing things with your hands. Personality determines who you're going to get in conflict with and with whom and why. Personality can determine the careers you like to do. I made mention, for example, of people who have green at the third level. Knowledge at the third level tend to be teachers and trainers, public speakers, etc. That's something they enjoy doing. How you behave, what your abilities and skills are, and finally, your willingness to change. There's probably 3 pages this length of things that are impacted by our personality. So clearly, there's lots of ways, Marino, that it does impact us. And so knowledge of who you are, and if you have a partner, who your partner is, or people with whom you're working on a working team, all of these things are critically important in order for the team to work together effectively.
David, what I hear is that people without personality are doomed to an early extinction from the human race.
No, we all have a personality. It's just that some of them are not necessarily applicable to the working environment. And if you can't make your personality applicable, then you need to go and find a working environment where it is. But there's a place where all of us belong. Each and every one of us, the question is to find the right career for the personality we have.
Yes. The people with no personality, well, they're dead. People with a negative personality will join Adolf Hitler and Charles Manson. And those with a personality will join all those people with charisma, like you and me.
There we go. We'll swear that's true. Other people may not believe based on this video, but we'll swear that you and we have charisma.